Did you know that you possess the power to shape your reality through the force of your imagination? In a world filled with uncertainty and limitations, it's easy to forget the immense creative potential that resides within you. Today, I invite you to immerse yourself in the fascinating art of the law of assumption and discover how you can break the thought patterns that keep you confined to a life of mediocrity. But what if I told you that these patterns and habits are nothing more than illusions, transient shadows obscuring the infinite light of your being? What if I told you that, at every moment, you have the power to transcend these limitations and create a reality that is in perfect harmony with your deepest desires and aspirations? Imagine for a moment that your consciousness is like a vast ocean, and your thoughts are like the waves on the surface of that ocean. Sometimes, the waves can be turbulent and chaotic, driven by the winds of fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Other times, they can be gentle and serene, reflecting the peace and clarity of a clear sky. Now, imagine that beneath the surface of this ocean, in the silent depths of your being, there is a constant current, a guiding force that is always directing you towards your highest good. This current is the flow of infinite wisdom and abundance of the universe, the relentless impulse of creation itself. When you learn to quiet the waves of your mind, when you learn to dive beneath the surface of your thoughts and connect with this deeper current, you begin to access a power that is beyond ordinary comprehension. You begin to align yourself with the creative force that gives life to the stars and sets the planets in motion. And it is from this place of alignment and connection that you can begin to consciously mold the reality of your life. For, you see, your thoughts and beliefs are not simply passive reflections of your experience. They are the very tools with which you sculpt the substance of your reality. As the great philosopher and pioneering thinker Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "We are what we think all day long." In other words, the quality of our life is directly determined by the quality of our mind. But how exactly do we cultivate a mind that is a magnet for magic and miracles? How do we reprogram our thoughts and beliefs to align with our deepest desires? The secret lies in understanding and applying the power of imagination and the law of assumption. When we learn to use our imagination consciously, when we learn to visualize and assume the reality of our desires, we are planting powerful seeds in the fertile soil of our consciousness. Let me share with you an analogy that may help illustrate this principle. Imagine that your mind is like a garden, and your thoughts are like the seeds you plant in that garden. If you are constantly planting seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation, then you will reap a reality that reflects those qualities. Your mental garden will be full of weeds of worry, bushes of self-sabotage, and trees of missed opportunities. But if you choose to plant seeds of faith, abundance, and unlimited possibility, then you will reap a reality of an entirely different nature. Your mental garden will be full of flowers of opportunity, vines of success, and trees of fulfilled dreams. The key is to be conscious and intentional about the seeds you plant. It's about choosing, moment by moment, to align your thoughts and beliefs with the reality you wish to create. And one of the most powerful tools for doing this is the practice of creative visualization. When you take the time to regularly visualize your desired reality, when you see it, feel it, and experience it with unwavering clarity and conviction, you are planting powerful seeds in your mental garden. But visualization alone is not enough. For these mental seeds to germinate and grow, they must be watered with faith and nourished with assumption. You must assume the feeling of your desire fulfilled, live and breathe the reality of your vision as if it were already yours. I remember a time in my own life when I was struggling with insecurity and self-doubt. I had dreams and aspirations, but they always seemed to be out of reach, always seemed to belong to someone else, someone more talented, braver, more deserving. It was then that I encountered the teachings of Neville Goddard and the law of assumption. Through his words, I began to understand that the only thing standing between me and the reality of my dreams was my own consciousness, my own willingness to assume and believe in their truth. So I began to practice creative visualization daily. Every morning and every night, I would take the time to imagine, with astonishing clarity and specificity, the life I desired to create. I saw myself living with purpose and passion, sharing my gifts with the world, and making a difference in the lives of others. But I didn't just visualize this reality, I assumed it. I began each day affirming and believing that this reality was already mine, that I was already living the life of my dreams. I spoke, acted, and carried myself as if everything I had imagined was already an accomplished fact. And slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, my external world began to change. Opportunities one had never considered possible began to present themselves. People who resonated with my new vibration entered my life. I began to experience a sense of purpose and fulfillment I had never known before. What I learned from this experience is that our external realities are always a reflection of our internal states. When we change the quality of our consciousness, when we assume and believe in the truth of our desires, our world cannot help but reorganize itself to reflect that truth. But this process is not always easy or instantaneous. It often requires deep honesty and a willingness to confront and release the thought patterns and beliefs that have kept us limited. It requires discipline and commitment to constantly align our consciousness with our highest vision, even and especially when external appearances may seem to contradict that vision. It's like the process of sculpting a masterpiece from a raw block of marble. The sculptor must have a clear vision of the beauty they wish to create, and then they must work diligently and patiently to release that beauty, chiseling and polishing, removing everything that is not essential until the masterpiece is revealed. In the same way, we must have a clear vision of the reality we wish to create, and then we must work diligently and patiently to align our consciousness with that vision, releasing thoughts and beliefs that do not serve us, assuming and embodying the truth of our fulfilled desire until it manifests in our experience. And as we do this work, as we become masters of our imagination and guardians of our faith, we begin to experience life in an entirely new way. We are no longer passive victims of circumstances, but powerful creators of our reality. We begin to see challenges and obstacles not as barriers, but as opportunities to grow, expand, and demonstrate the power of our consciousness. We begin to attract people, experiences, and opportunities that reflect and amplify our new vibration. While the power of imagination and the law of assumption are crucial in shaping our reality, the role of emotional intelligence in this process cannot be overstated. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. When it comes to manifesting our desires, a high EQ can be a game changer. Firstly, emotional intelligence allows us to accurately identify our true desires. Often, what we think we want is influenced by societal expectations, past conditioning, or fleeting impulses. By developing emotional awareness, we can dig deeper into our psyche and uncover our authentic aspirations. This clarity is essential in focusing our creative energy on manifesting what truly aligns with our core values and long-term fulfillment. Secondly, emotional regulation, a key component of EQ, is crucial in maintaining the positive vibrational state necessary for manifestation. The law of attraction suggests that we attract what we are, not necessarily what we want. If we're constantly in a state of frustration, anxiety, or doubt, we're likely to attract more experiences that perpetuate these emotions. By cultivating emotional intelligence, we can learn to manage our emotional states, choosing to focus on feelings of gratitude, joy, and abundance, even in challenging circumstances. Moreover, empathy, another aspect of emotional intelligence, plays a significant role in our manifestation journey. By understanding and connecting with the emotions of others, we open ourselves up to a wider range of opportunities and collaborations. This empathetic connection can often lead to synchronicities and serendipitous encounters that align with our desires. To harness emotional intelligence in your manifestation practice. Practice mindfulness. Regular meditation or mindfulness exercises can increase your emotional awareness. Keep an emotion journal. Track your emotions throughout the day, noting what triggers certain feelings and how they influence your thoughts and actions. Develop a gratitude practice. Regularly focusing on what you're grateful for can shift your emotional baseline to a more positive state. Practice empathy. Make a conscious effort to understand others' perspectives and emotions, broadening your awareness and potential for connection. Use emotional visualization. When visualizing your desires, focus not just on the physical details, but on the emotions you'll feel when your desire manifests. Emotional reframing. Learn to reframe negative emotions as opportunities for growth and alignment with your desires. By integrating emotional intelligence into your manifestation practice, you're not only increasing your chances of success but also ensuring that what you manifest truly aligns with your highest good and the good of those around you. The principles of manifestation and the law of assumption find fascinating parallels in the realm of quantum physics. While it might seem that these esoteric concepts are far removed from the world of science, modern physics actually provides some intriguing insights that support the idea that consciousness plays a crucial role in shaping reality. At the quantum level, the fundamental building blocks of our universe behave in ways that challenge our classical understanding of reality. One of the most mind-bending principles is the observer effect, which suggests that the mere act of observing a quantum system can change its behavior. This implies that consciousness, or the act of observation, plays a direct role in determining the nature of reality at its most fundamental level. The famous double-slit experiment in quantum physics demonstrates this principle. When scientists observe particles passing through a double-slit apparatus, the particles behave like solid matter. However, when they're not observed, the particles behave like waves, creating an interference pattern. This suggests that our act of observation, our consciousness, collapses the wave function and determines the nature of reality. Another relevant concept from quantum physics is entanglement. This phenomenon describes how particles can become correlated in such a way that the quantum state of each particle cannot be described independently, even when the particles are separated by a large distance. This spooky action at a distance, as Einstein called it, suggests a level of interconnectedness in the universe that goes beyond our classical understanding of cause and effect. These quantum principles can be seen as scientific support for the idea that our consciousness, our thoughts and beliefs, can have far-reaching effects on the reality we experience. Just as the observer in a quantum experiment influences the behavior of particles, our conscious focus and belief might be influencing the manifestation of our desires in ways that extend beyond our immediate physical actions. The concept of quantum superposition also aligns with the idea of infinite possibilities in manifestation teachings. In quantum physics, a particle can exist in multiple states simultaneously until it's observed. Similarly, manifestation teachings suggest that all possibilities exist simultaneously in the quantum field, and it's our consciousness, our choice of focus and belief, that collapses these possibilities into our experienced reality. To incorporate this quantum perspective into your manifestation practice, embrace uncertainty. Just as quantum physics challenges our classical notions of certainty, be open to unexpected ways your desires might manifest. Practice non-attachment. Like the dual nature of particles in quantum physics, hold both the desire for your goal and the acceptance of present reality simultaneously. Cultivate awareness. Remember that your observation, your conscious focus, is continually influencing your reality. Recognize interconnectedness. Like quantum entanglement, understand that your thoughts and actions can have far-reaching effects beyond what's immediately apparent. Explore parallel realities. Use the concept of quantum superposition to imagine and feel multiple positive outcomes simultaneously. While it's important to note that these parallels between quantum physics and manifestation principles are largely metaphorical and should not be taken as direct scientific proof, they offer an intriguing perspective that can enrich our understanding and practice of conscious reality creation. And most importantly, we begin to live with a constant sense of wonder, gratitude, and awe. Because when we realize that we are the authors of our reality, when we realize that we have within us the power to create and shape our experience, life becomes a magical and limitless canvas, an infinite field of possibility and potential. So today, I invite you to assume the mantle of your creative power. I invite you to dive into the infinite depths of your imagination and emerge with a renewed vision of what's possible. Take the time to visualize, with unwavering clarity and conviction, the reality you most long to create. See yourself living that reality now. Feel the excitement and joy of your fulfilled vision. Assume the feeling of being the person you've always dreamed of being, living the life you've always desired to live. And then, with every thought you think, with every word you speak, with every action you take, continue to assume and believe in the truth of this new reality.